Even up in space, no one is safe. In fact, maybe more so, because for what we were seeing is that this AI could not be an issue, a cause of the crash, a potentially deadly captain, and then we get to decapitation. No matter what kind of history they had, the love for the previous owner and the like, something has gone wrong here. And so it's Vivy's mission to make sure it doesn't happen, to make sure it doesn't get progressively worse. And it's my job to make some asinine comments about the entire thing. So if you're here to see some Vivy, I apologise. But we should get going. A couple of birds in a gilded cage. Whoa, okay, I did not expect to go into like a AI graveyard. Any particular reason why you would choose that one? But there's quite a lot of just going on behind... I would say behind the scenes, but it's throughout various time as well. And alternate histories that may never actually come to pass. With the various generations of AIs being able to be mass produced and the like, getting spare parts probably isn't going to be too hard, but the idea of she just wants to make a great future so that she can sing her song and make people happy. Unfortunately, it is interrupted by everyone else. Various plots going on. And from that brief moment we saw in the junkyard, how did she get there? What led up to that? Who were the ones picking her up? We know that she ended up in the museum in the future, so maybe it's not all bad. Still got to keep up the disguise, even in a moment like this where you're talking about a great old friend and her sister. Connection got cut. But with small changes that she's already parting upon the world, what does 23 hours mean? Also, she has to do something now. Can't make it a reoccurrence of the sister. Not wearing the bangle. I see. So... how thick are those reinforced doors? You see, with the AIs being able to be interchanged, their artificial skin and the like, just swap out one for the other. Easily able... oh, okay, it's this guy, the one we saw in the flash forward. Easily be able to pin the blame on someone else. And yet she's still walking almost fine. Although in a threat for your life, walk. It was a setup from the beginning. Got to go find the original before you get cut off, and also leave that one to safety. Ah. It's surprising that we came across it so early on. There's quite a lot for her to process right now. Can you really blame her? Not only is she up in space, but alone away from everyone, and then coming across a site... oh, hello there. A site like that. A hero we don't deserve. Does he have a footprint on the back of his head? A hug, a bit of a... and I hope to calm her slightly. Using her arm. Well... okay. Things are easily interchangeable, as I was saying. That is her ambition now, not the uncovering of the mysteries going on here. Combat program. Apparently combat program means need to remove the fake glasses as well. She's setting quite a pose now. And remove every obstacle in the way. It appears that one customer service AI is a little harder to pin down than you would have thought. They have stormtrooper aim. This combat protocol is pretty good. Super sidekick AI. Self-proclaimed, of course. And but what if you can just swap out the body or the code serial numbers and the like? Oh. Oh. Same part, same program, same... Yeah. Why would you need to put any fail-safes for this particular occasion? So she was like a control piece? Ah. I see, so we're just... Well, it would be a good way to... Well... How is the memories and processes stored in an AI if it... Oh, how? Okay. Smile for the life of the bird that was. What could have gone wrong to change her into what she is now? Currently trying to crash this. That was creepy. Trying to crash the sunrise. So I see. Maybe this the experiment was a complete success. Yeah, storing of the program. If it can be copied like that, then you can just store it on a hard drive somewhere and have unlimited copies. Please escape to the nearest pod to arrive back on planet side. Kind of a backwards ass understanding though, isn't it? Because they forced this bullshit to happen. Wait. And if they're horribly against AI, they're taking in an AI to use against their plans to take down AI. Wow. And with the time jump forward a decade, still has unfinished business with the one that saved them. I see now. The one that was disposed of in the junkyard was the sister, the Elizabeth. Oh, it was just a wig. No need to swap out parts or anything. Now, it just goes to show how much environment really can change a person. even if they shared the exact memories and an upbringing. Yeah, right now we don't have time for a heart-to-heart. Okay. No time for monologuing or explanations, straight into combat. I like the camera movement. And we're hitting the marks of the combat. Interfering with her programming. Quickly run a quick virus. She's now got targeted advertising running through her eyes. Give her a reason to be. Lifekeeper. I really like the distorted voice as the program is trying to keep up and keep running. A slightly damaged speaker and the like. This fight has a few more frames than the one they had before. I'll send you to Silicon Heaven. The sight of the bracelets. I wonder if they exchanged a few parts of data in that headbutt. She has a few literal screws loose. Scene almost underwritten by squeaky bare feet. The future has changed. Okay, try and create less of an impact. Get the ancillary bits. This is her time. This is what she needs to do. And it goes to show you before, if it did play out like was being shown here, the only ones on board were the anti-AI faction and went into the ocean. Now it's potentially landing on a city itself. What does Vivy's interjection into events won't always end out for the best. Well, that's going to be difficult to handle on the monitor now. It failed, so it wasn't able to transfer all of the memories across. Did something get shaken loose? Had to be reset? Now, together are they able to achieve something? Just keep smiling, carrying on from before. If they're not able to cry. Seems the emotions have been updated. Your tickets will not be refunded. Your luggage is forfeit. We apologise for the inconvenience. I have several questions. As the sun rises. Damn it! Played right into that, considering the name of the ship. And now, once again, due to the actions of AI, saved. And the interactions we have mold who we will be. How much is that going to change the AIs, the outlook, the future? And just how long are they going to be able to keep singing? To be fair, this is going to be a holiday that none of them are going to be able to forget. To have everyone captive and forced to listen, but also having something to share it with, someone to share it with. They were quite close. The one from the book? I mean, one way of getting rid of the bear. Take it. Run far away. Ugh. Why didn't I think of that? The birds being set free. The parallel between the sisters there in the experiment looking after the caged avians, and then now at the end of their story. Now, I know it can be incredibly wasteful we can be incredibly wasteful with electronics, but why was it needed to be discarded off after the experiment? And if all it took was some percussive maintenance and a smack to the head, maybe those researchers just didn't get a good enough grade in engineering. But I wonder if it's going to be a commonplace factor in this is that when we have these small arcs, these missions throughout the years, we are going to be introduced to characters just to lose them, have others that appear may seem inconsequential, as we saw with that anti-AI guy, maybe not so inconsequential. Losing Momoko, the only friend that she had when she was starting off as a small diva in the park, to now having an identity thanks to her, meeting the sister, carrying on that memory. Of course, I'm expecting things to gradually scale. First we had a bunch of anti-AI terrorists inhabiting a building, trying to demolish it along with some people inside. Now we get a collision course satellite, which was originally over the ocean, now it's changed slightly. Are we going to continually get bigger and bigger stakes? At what point does the entire armada of AI start to really shift into genocide? I'm guessing, and once again, another small time jump ahead. And maybe we get to experience a few songs along the way. Knowing how long this series is and how many episodes are left to go, knowing that we have to catch up to that 100-year mark, just how much animosity and a grudge can you hold against AIs for decades? Especially if you haven't really achieved anything in all those years. But if they were really serious about shutting down all these AIs and getting them out of society, although they've gone about it a really poor way. I mean, they could have, in the past 10 years, someone could have got a computer science degree, got into a high-level position of one of the companies that manufacture all of this. Oh, we put out an update which involves a virus which bricks the systems of AIs. Oh, the entire workforce across the world is done. Maybe I'm thinking too laterally. But having that mystery of who was Estella who crashed the ship, well, kinda. Knowing that in that history, or in that future that came to pass, Vivy wasn't there to solve the mystery of what was going on. Wasn't there to put up a fight like we had beforehand. So we didn't have the reunion of the sisters, more than likely. So although it ended in how it did on this episode, at least there was a slight bittersweet tinge to it. I wonder if anyone's actually going to make a connection here. So hang on, all of these big events, there's this one AI that keeps popping up in all of them. I mean, sure, they might be spaced apart by several decades, but come on now. How could you have been in every single one? Maybe we'll see down the way, if anyone notices, if anyone even questions it, if by all of these changes, the world does get better. If you enjoyed this episode, though, let me know. If you leave a like and a comment on the video, it helps me out. If you want to see some more, consider subscribing. Head over onto my Discord to have a name chat, and sometimes a good conversation or two. But for now, get yourselves a bit of rest. At some point I may be snapped out of my haze and realise what it is I'm doing, but until then, I need to thank my patrons because they allow me to watch all this anime and somehow bring something of value to you. And so if you want to change my future irrevocably, consider joining on as well. I need to thank Noku, Raywin, Sao, Arthea, Kite, Shiwan, Mats, Gurley, Cardboard, Croyville, Gintman, Scott Raymond, Megu42, Darkshadow7899, and everyone else. I just hope that by the end of this, I don't need to use the fires of re-entry to burn away my channel.